get glasses. You know, the first year that we did this, I did not have glasses. It's been a few years.
Some of us have always had them.
I'm definitely going to shush up because you need to know what your words are for yet another crazy 48 hours. And I say this every year, you're all bonkers.
Hey everyone, we are Z Games.
And we've chosen the 3 words for this year's 48-hour game making challenge. And they are
Swallow.
Thief. And collapse.
Best of luck.
See you in 48 hours.
Okay, so here was the idea, right? This is the game screen, so it just looks like you're on the ground, right? And something happens.
So you always like swim down, like yeah.
Campers, they're camping in the woods and they want breakfast.
I'm gonna go to the pub. Go to the pub. Yep. Is that where everyone else is?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It's definitely our project that we just started making a second ago.
I was just going to say, it's excellent progress so far.
And the hands come down and he swallows the people like.
Alright.
How are you, Z Games?
We are excellent. Yes.
Every year I am surprised, you know? Like I always think that like the people who are on top of it really early into the game are going to follow through, and then it's some genius pulls some last minute like beautiful thing out and surprises us. Hoping for not as many 4-player arena games this year.
And our idea is a 4-player multiplayer battle arena.
It's a 4-player game.
So the players will be chucked into this arena. There'll be frogs.
And each player has their own planetary system, and the idea is to steal hydrogen and helium from the other planets or the other solar system from the start, to feed yours and collapse theirs, creating a black hole, and which then swallows their planetary system.
What will happen is there'll be a random object that will spawn somewhere on the map, and everyone will have to run for it. The first person who grabs it will then be able to shoot it at the other players.
What this is going to become is an array of pressure switches, and users are going to shoot at this board where the game screen is projected onto it. One of our partners is off right now buying Nerf guns.
So the objective is to be the last player standing.
Pyramids are going to float around. You're going to want to capture the pyramids, but you can't capture them by shooting them directly. Instead, you shoot an empty space.
Okay, so we're basing it off the Australian Dreamtime tale of the frog Tiddalik, who drinks up all the water, and then the other animals have to go and get it off him.
The empty space creates a dodecahedron that expands up to a certain extent. You hit it again, the dodecahedron collapses, capturing any pyramids it's touching.
The animals steal the water off the giant frog Tiddalik, and then they run away from him through the desert.
We are going for a Bridge of Doom scenario.
And they basically collapse if they run out of water, and he eats 3 of the 4 players, and the last one alive gets a point, and then rinse repeat.
We've got a Neanderthal who is trying to steal some swallow's eggs because he wants some swallow and eggs for breakfast.
We are making an isometric kind of game where you're a dragon and you need to eat thieves.
The swallow is going to try and defend it by doing one of 2 things: by breaking the bridge underneath the Neanderthal and collapsing the bridge, or by attacking him directly.
And get your treasure back. If you eat a civilian, that is bad.
Game is kind of an endless runner with a bit of a twist.
And so basically walking through eating thieves.
It's a downhill endless runner, sort of half in the vein of Milo the Fuel Run.
We're making this game about a dinosaur.
The idea is my little thief has just stolen 5 from the gods.
That has to
chomp his way through a level and collect all these DNA that the scientists have stolen from him.
And now he's got to traverse the mountainside as he runs down.
Burglar bear. Burglar bear. It's a bear bouncing on pizza delivery boys, stealing the pizzas.
As the gods try to destroy the mountain behind him.
And, eating them all for himself.
As the town crumbles about him.
Mm-hmm.
Using the 3 words, we're basically going to have like a multiplayer game.
And our idea is pretty much Indiana Jones meets Red Rover.
Each player is a box.
And they have to cross a desert to a tomb to collect treasure and then cross back.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to collect furniture in order to dress up your house.
In the desert, in between the tomb and the start location.
Basically, the idea is that
giant dune worms come out of the ground.
Your dam has become damaged, so you have to swim downstream and steal wood from the other beavers' dams and bring it back up to yours.
You play as a swallow and you're escaping society as it's about to collapse because you're an animal. You can sense that everything's going to go wrong. You're just like going to get out of here. You live in a zoo and you have to
store as much as you can in your cheeks, but that will slow you down on your way back.
Like steal a key off one of the guards to get out, and from there you're just trying to escape the city.
So if you eat too much, it will be harder to dodge obstacles as they're coming down the river at you.
And somehow you end up in space. But yeah, so that's...
And we're essentially building galactic soccer.
We're going to be making an infinite runner.
2 players with each having a sun, which are essentially goalposts.
Where the player is a swallow.
Grab an asteroid into an orbit around your ship and fling it into your opponent's sun, at which point it's swallowed.
It's a drawn swallow that has stolen a piece of ribbon that is essentially holding that weld of paper together.
When the sun swallows enough asteroids, it collapses into a black hole and the opponent wins the game.
And so they're then running away from the world that is collapsing on itself.
While you have an asteroid circling around your ship in orbit, your opponent can also come and steal, being a thief, to take that asteroid for their own.
Basically skidding around on ice, picking up rocks while things fall to pieces behind you.
Well, we really wanted to take it pretty literally in some ways.
And the winner is the person who has collected the most of the resource items and carried it back to the base within that time limit.
For Swallow, we're just going straight up for a bird.
We decided to take an idea of a side-on platformer where the entire world is collapsing because there's this bird god.
In our game, you play a psychotic swallow whose job you need to go and steal and destroy other nests.
Which demands that you bring it things that it can consume, like babies.
So that you can create your own one and make your one better, and killing and ruining the lives of other birds along the way.
Honey smoked ham, that's up to the artist to decide, I suppose. I'm willing to be surprised.
Our game is a competitive, loot grabbing.
So far it's not out of scope, but it never is at the start of the jam, is it?
Sort of chasing.
A 2D platformer thing where there's one projectile between 2 people.
Sort of Tomb Raider game.
You have to swallow it and shoot it at the other person.
A geometric music game.
And the trick is that you can steal it off the person that's already swallowed it by jumping on their head.
Featuring a
very gassy dog stealing candy from babies.
Thief swallow.
Yeah.
And we are making a game about swallows who are trying to steal eggs from each other.
Game in which you steal the prize within a labyrinth underwater.
And in that process, the world around them is collapsing.
And they need to escape the collapsing labyrinth as traps are set off. And
so they have to run around, like knock each other off the edge, so they get the opportunity to steal the eggs from the other players.
And we're using VR technology. So we've got the Gear VRs, and what'll happen is
the player at the end of a time limit who has the most eggs wins the game.
Get a turret up the top controlling, shooting to defend you.
To see if we can replicate all the fun of drinking games using just a Kinect.
Help you escape that
And you'll be able to steal drinks from other players, hopefully. Well, you'll be able to steal drinks from somewhere, possibly stealing hats too. You know, once you're stealing things, you may as well steal everything that's there.
We're going to be making a game where you have 3 characters and you are on a little arena filled with tiles.
Yeah, kleptomaniacs drinking until they pass out. That's really the core of the game right there.
So you can knock each other off the arena into a sort of like a swirling vortex.
So we've basically got an idea where there's full screens set up on a table.
You've got 3 different characters. You've got Mr. Swallow, who can suck someone in when he gets really close and spit them off the edge.
And there's a home quadrant in space where you all start.
You've got Mr. Collapse. He can run around.
And there's wormholes that lead to the other parts of space. They're on the other screens. And so you've got to physically move around the table and
knock the tiles down so they fall. And if someone's on it, obviously they'll fall off as well.
We're still working out the finer details of
Mr. Thief, who can jump on the back of someone else and guide them off the edge.
We're putting the physical space into a space and allowing you to play on that.
It's 10:19, so an hour and 20 minutes ago, we started with our blank text file, as we usually do.
So when you hit, it will block a sensor at the back, like a little light sensor.
Things broken and terrible. Oh, look, it's getting there. It's alright.
I'm just ignoring art until one day when it actually works. This year, I think. So we'll see how far we get.
No, you can't film that. One person with a VR headset piloting and the other manning the guns, so to speak.
I think you should just film the frustrated programmers.
So that's where we're at the moment. All the scenery will change.
This year, finally, the bottleneck is art. We can't get the art done fast enough.
I've made a typo.
So he's stomping along, and civilians and thieves spawn out of these houses and run around.
Probably.
Sorry.
Oh, I have too. Look at that.
We've just made a new mechanic where you can tackle each other and knock the water out of each other and then grab it.
You haven't updated the texture yet. That's why. Obviously the main mechanic is jumping, but you can also speed up and slow down the run.
Totally fixed it in the texture update.
Play testing, finding little bugs and things to tweak.
Yeah, he climbs walls by himself now.
It hasn't been applied yet.
We're making good progress, so it's really fun.
Like, we're mostly getting like lots of like little polish style functions, that sort of stuff, so it's kind of, I guess our focus is a lot on polish.
A lot of really interesting takes on it this year as well. There's a couple of different space games, which is interesting. Some of the pros are doing really, really weird stuff that they, I guess, would never get to do in their day jobs.
We're worried about everybody equally.
Yeah.
Yes, we hope everyone does a good job in the end.
Yeah.
Put something that's playable out.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with everything that's happening.
There's nothing cooler than pretending to be Malcolm McDowell.
I'm quite happy with the result, assuming it's where it was a couple of hours ago.
Quietly confident, but we just
You
have
come
a
back
bit
and
to do, yeah.
There'll be like a lot of player interaction with 4 people on screen. You can shove other people into the path of worms.
We just got to put some stuff in the UI and it's done. 2 hours and 50 minutes to fail.
And you've got his gas meter there.
I'm confident enough that I'm not screaming.
I'm confident it'll be fun. I don't know if it'll be finished.
We have. Pretty good. I think we like to play it. Yeah.
It does work. The theory was correct. We'd have to redo the cold joints. Yeah. There's not enough time, so.
20 minutes out with a game-breaking bug, we're good.
Still writing the game.
We like to make it fair for the other teams, so we take it right down to the line.
We made a last-minute change, but it seems to have been okay.
You're alive, you've made it.
Right arm up to drink.
Short, sweet. Best audio went to the game that sounded the best. Rocket Legacy.
Good boy.
For the slick presentation, great use of colour and effects. Congratulations, Lucky Dip.
I'm not actually in the team, so I'm just going to do that one.
The soundtrack was synced completely, and it's available now online. Scooby Snoo.
Okay, team photo.
So the Pro League People Choice winner is Forsyths.
No, I don't. No, you actually have to do something.
The winner from this room is Lucky Dip.
Team photo.
There we go.
The winner is Studio Blimp with Soul.
Asteroid of Sword.
Alrighty. Got that? Yeah. Woo, well done.
The judges all thought it'd be super funny if for the indie winner we gave it to the game that had the most Indiana Jones style to it. So we weren't going to give it to Lucky Dip, but then we went and did all the tallies, did all the votes, and they still won anyway. Lucky Dip.
And please, everybody. Yay. Ready, as always, behind the scenes. Ian, who captures all of this, and thank God you do, so thank you, Ian.
You are so in that video.
So massive, massive, massive.